Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy, Mwas Manuel here. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. Okay. Come on. The overwhelming love is amazing, man. Okay, first of all, let me mention, guys, this is my first time doing this. I've never really been on camera talking to people. Yeah, feels very awkward. The pressure is real. Now I understand YouTubers and vloggers. I hope I'm going to keep it composed. I hope I'm going to keep it cool, because I can be a very interesting sanguine, yeah. I am really a fun person to be around, but I want to maintain the energy because there's so much to talk about. I mean, I have written everything down because this is my first time. I've never done this before, but bear with me with all the mistakes that you're going to find in here. Just pressure is real, guys, but I'm going to really keep it organized and precise. So the thing that I'm going to talk about is keysNvoice today. There's so many questions that I get about who or what is keysNvoice, who gets featured, and so many other questions that I'm going to answer. I'm going to try answer most of them, if not all of them. And in future videos, I'm going to, this is the first video, but there are other videos that I'm going to make to update you guys about what comes as we go. Yeah, what comes as we go. But for this one, I'm going to talk about I'm just going to introduce you guys to what keysNvoice is and the vision that I have for keysNvoice. The 5 pointers that I have prepared is what keysNvoice is all about. Number 2, who gets to be featured. 3, the experiences that we've had. 4, the lessons learned so far. And number 5, the vision. Okay, I'm going to try answer your questions somewhere in between as I continue. First of all, let me say this: keysNvoice is Mwas Manuel and Mwas Manuel is keysNvoice. Like, you can't put keysNvoice and Mwas Manuel apart. Like, that's how much I love this project. And okay, just before I start, the questions that I get, one of the biggest questions that I get is, why is your channel Mwas Manuel and not keysNvoice? And keysNvoice is what we are seeing. keysNvoice is one of my projects. There are other projects that I'm going to put out there, but keysNvoice is the current project that I'm doing right now. So thank you, guys. I hope I've answered that question. So let's first of all talk about who Mwas Manuel is. Mwas Manuel is a very passionate and a very fun musician whose main instrument is the piano or the keyboard. Just anything that has black and white keys, I will play that thing. Yeah, that gives me so much fun. Piano is my main instrument. I love the piano, man. I love creating emotion. I love the soul. I make weird faces, you guys know, because of how it makes me feel when I'm playing the piano. It's just interesting. Okay, I've also built capacity. I've built capacity around performance. I'd like to think of myself as a performing artist. I am a performing artist. I love teaching music. I'm a contemporary piano teacher. My classes are fun. Classes are fun. You guys ask my students, they will tell you. I'm a music director. I also have built capacity around music composition and arrangements. I've had the privilege of co-writing songs with fellow musicians. Yeah, musician friends, and it's been amazing. I've also had the chance to work with producers and just create magic that materializes into songs that you guys enjoy listening to. Yeah, so that has been a fun and humbling part of my life. So let's jump straight to keysNvoice and the questions and the pointers that I have prepared for you guys. Okay, so if you guys have other questions for me based on everything that I've talked about, the things I've built capacity around, just feel free to ask on the comments section. I'm preparing you for the best. The pressure is real. Okay, keysNvoice. First pointer. What's keysNvoice all about? Yeah. Okay, keysNvoice, let me put it this way. keysNvoice is meant to be a solution. It's a non-profit project that's meant to be a solution to a needy problem that I've seen with time as I've been doing the sessions. I've come to realize that there are so many singers out here, and very talented. First of all, talented, passionate singers, but lesser platforms for them to perform or sing. So many people have quit on music because most of them don't get chances to sing, a chance to sing somewhere. Most people have found relevance in church, in bands, in music groups. And for those people who wamejitambua, most of them are looking for people have also gone for auditions and singing competitions. Some of them have made it through. I've had some people who've come to keysNvoice and they've told me stories that broke them. Some of them didn't really go through past the auditions, because in every competition, guys, there has to be a winner, but some people really take it to heart. The idea around competitions is nice because there is always a winner who gets rewarded and all that, but some of the auditions have really broken some musicians out here. Some people don't sing no more because they feel like they are not good enough. But let me tell you, keysNvoice is here to be that solution. You are good enough. If you are really talented and passionate and you know it, keysNvoice is looking out for you. Okay, keysNvoice is not just for recording artists, it's also for passionate and talented singers. One thing I'd want to say is that, guys, I know I can be harsh, but I will choose my words very carefully. Okay, here's the thing. Here in keysNvoice, you're not looking for I wanted to say mediocrity, but that's a bit harsh. Let me be nice. We are not looking for bathroom stars. We all love football. Okay, most people love football, but at the end of the day, it's not everyone who plays. As much as we love football, it's not everyone who plays, but we support them. Sindio, same thing. We all love singing, we all love music, but at the end of the day, it's not everyone who has that talent. So keysNvoice is not just looking for anyone. We are looking for that talent so that we can nurture it. We're not looking for bathroom stars. Yeah, we are looking for talent, passion, so that we can nurture it and grow with it. And we are not looking for faces. I know other acoustic setups, many other places that are doing more or less the same thing as keysNvoice, but at the end of the day, most people have other things that they are looking for. I don't have anything against that. It's just that people have different visions and different reasons why they do different things. Like, I've seen people offering spaces with other different goals and different ambitions. Someone will offer a space, but they would want a very significant person to come and sing, so that significant person comes with more subscribers. But this is not what keysNvoice is all about. keysNvoice, we're not looking for faces. keysNvoice, we are here to make those faces. I know there are those people we are nurturing right now, and 5 years from now they will be amazing musicians. And there are those people also who are not going to do music full time. So it's also for those people who just love singing. It's not just for musicians basically and performing or recording artists. It's for those people who love singing. Okay, yeah. And if you're that person, there's always a number, and the number is right now on your screen. It's just there on your screen, so you can feel free to call me later, or just the best thing will be texting me on WhatsApp, because that will be so that we can have the conversation from there. One thing I would want to say is that I'm really passionate about growing with people. I don't just give you one session. I will give you a session and I will give you another session, but the next time you come, I'd really want you to have grown. I want you to bring more challenges. I'm that person who is really patient. As I mentioned before, I'm a music teacher. Teaching, let me tell you, for those people who don't understand what teaching is a calling, guys. Some of the disciplines I've gotten from teaching is patience. One of the biggest virtue and the fruit of the Holy Spirit I've gotten from teaching is patience. For those people who come to keysNvoice, you can tell that sometimes I can be hard on you, but at the end of the day, I really want people to grow. So keysNvoice is just a safe space, not only meant to offer space for performance, but also to nurture talent, skill, confidence, values, and other things. Just anything that contributes to your overall growth as a singer and as a person. It's a space that will inspire you to become a better singer, motivate you to keep doing what you love best, and most importantly, it will push you beyond your limits. Yeah, here we are intentional about growth, people. we are intentional about growth. I want to see singers rise. I want to see confidence on stage. I want to see you become a better singer. And basically, I want to see people, songwriters, write songs. I want to see, if you're a cover artist, then do more covers. Oh, by the way, another question I get, is it only covers that we do or original songs? Yeah, we do covers, guys. One thing I came to realize is it's not everyone who has the gift to write songs. It's not everyone who will do original songs. As much as you are a good singer, there are good singers out there who've not done original songs because they don't know how to write songs. So basically, it's not just original songs. We also do covers. It's not everyone who's gifted in writing songs and composing songs. It's a space basically to nurture that talent. And at some point, if you want to write songs later in future, at least in here we will have nurtured that gift. That's one of the questions that I get. Hi, number 2, who gets featured? Like I said, we are not looking for bathroom stars. I'm not going to repeat that point, but we are not looking for bathroom stars. We are looking for talented singers. Yeah, not just recording artists, but talented singers. Okay, and we are in Nairobi. Let me tell you, it's very humbling. People are coming from far. Wow, I've had someone come from Kisumu. I've had someone come from Mombasa. I've had like 2 people come from Naivasha. I've had people come from very different places and very far places. That really touches me because this shows that people believe in the vision, and that is really touching, man. People are looking for different things, and if you found that thing that you're looking for in keysNvoice, don't waste your opportunity. Come and let's have some fun, you guys. The other question that I always get is, do we feature other musicians apart from singers? The more musicians, the more dynamics. Later on, we are going to do duets. We are going to have a group of singers come to keysNvoice, and there's no limit to what we can do. There's so much room for improvement and growth, and just for trying out new things. But for now, it's just the singer. Yeah, but for now we are just keeping it simple. In other projects, I'm going to have musicians, like a band setup, but that's for a different project. If you are a sax player and you would want to join keysNvoice, why not? I mean, for woodwind instruments, yeah, you can also come and we will try something out. Another question that I get, do we do requests? Yeah, if you have songs that you want us to do, put them on the comment section. We will do them. So some of the experiences that we've had in keysNvoice, wow, I've had amazing experiences with people here. There's been growth, there has been therapy. It has been a therapeutic space for some musicians I've had here. Some people who thought they could not sing because they were disqualified, or it has been an amazing reviving experience for them, and that really touches my heart, man. Also, personally, I think I've found myself. I've really discovered a lot about myself personally. That has been an amazing experience, and it's not something that I really take for granted. Having to do these sessions more often, it requires a lot. It requires time, money, energy, inspiration, and all those things really contribute to the experience. One thing I would want to tell people is that I really love excellence. I use whatever I have. As I was starting out, I didn't have the best gear, but at the end of the day, I use whatever available resource that I have. But the biggest lesson that I've learned is using what you have. The challenges that we go through have really shaped us. I'm saying us because you guys have seen a lot of musicians here. Sometimes you're very well prepared for a session, and then just when you're about to start, KPLC does the thing, and the sessions are really, really fun. The best experience that I'd want for anyone who comes to keysNvoice, if I ask you right now, this is one thing I always tell everyone who comes. If I ask you right now, what is that one thing that stood out for you 5 years ago? And we always have that one thing. There's that one thing that stood out for you is that thing that touched you the most, or it could be marriage, you got married, it could be you started school or you graduated, it could be you got a job, and that thing stood out for you. I mean, that's the experience that I'd want for anyone who comes to keysNvoice. I'd really want keysNvoice to be part of your story. I'd want you to tell people that the experience that you had here and some of the things that you learned that shaped the person that you are. That would be an amazing experience I'd want for anyone. And of course, I'd also want you guys who listen to the music that we put out here to also experience something different. It's the acoustic setup, it's so nice, and we try and make it so beautiful for you to just experience something different. In keysNvoice, we don't do songs in their original form. Like, we try spice things up, we try to, just make it fun and recreate and just make, especially the person who is singing would want that person to own the song and just make it their own, and just to make it a beautiful experience for you who is listening to the song. Wow. The biggest lesson I've learned here in keysNvoice personally is simplicity. I'm sure you've heard this particular phrase, less is more. In keysNvoice, we try do things very simple. I'm for the idea of simplicity. I want us to do big things in a very simple way here in keysNvoice. I would want you to do an amazing song, but make it very simple for anyone to understand. When you keep things simple, everyone understands what you're trying to say. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. For me, this is what I always say. If you reach out to the heart of a child, if your music reaches out to the heart of a child, if your music reaches out to the heart of an elderly, or reaches out to the heart of someone who is not musical, or less musical, let me say less musical, I think you've accomplished. Yeah, so the idea of keysNvoice is just to be minimal, basically. The other lesson that I've learned is being disciplined. Being disciplined on being consistent, being disciplined about growth, being disciplined about learning. That has been one of the things that have stood out for me, and for anyone who comes to keysNvoice, they will tell you that. The other thing is being persistent. Man, it's not easy. It's not a walk in the park. Sometimes you feel less inspired to do this. I mean, just like any other piece of art, music is really hard sometimes to do when the inspiration is not there. So being disciplined about the vision and being disciplined about this course just keeps us very persistent. I hope that makes sense. The other thing that I've learned is just be open to learning. Everyone who comes here teaches me something, and of course they learn something from here. Every time someone comes, I always want them to teach me something, and sometimes it's in the conversations that we have, because at the end of the day we have a lot of conversations. We get to learn different cultures. People come from different places, so we get to learn different cultures, different things, different ways of doing things. So if you're looking forward to come to keysNvoice, be open to learning, my friend. Just be very open to learning. Yeah, the other thing that I've learned is work with what you have. Man, when I was starting, like I said, I didn't have really everything that I wanted to have, but I just tried using whatever I had. If you have a burden in your heart, if you want to start something and you don't have the resources, trust me, if you really look around your surroundings or your friends or whatever, trust me, you will find something that you can use to get started. And that has been one of the things that I've learned. Just use whatever you have. Last but not least, just don't ever give up. It's not easy to do whatever I do, but I stayed true to the course. Giving up is for losers, and you're not a loser. Don't ever give up on your singing. The vision I have for keysNvoice is very interesting. One is to have a state-of-art studio. where we'll be having the keysNvoice sessions from, and it will be a state-of-art studio with the recording section, with the rehearsal section, and it's going to be amazing. I really have a very big vision for it. I have a budget and a plan for it. It's just that I don't have the funds. I have the resources. People are the resources, but I'm sure with time, as God leads, manze, tutafika. And for you who are willing to support the vision, here is the till number. I always put out the till number out there for anyone who is willing to support the vision and make it materialize to something big. The other thing is I want to nurture talent. I want to discover more talent and just basically grow with people. That's one of the visions I have. And number 3 on my vision basket, I'd want to have concerts with the people I feature on keysNvoice, and especially for those who've never gotten a chance to be on stage or something, a place where they perform. With time, I'd want to have concerts, listening parties, just for them to perform. And I'm sure by the time we are having that, we will have nurtured more people and we will have prepared people for that. And more people are going to be touched, and we are going to tour the world just doing music. I mean, there's no limit to what we can do, but concerts, listening parties, forming singing groups for people, and just getting to know and discover talents. That's in the vision basket. The biggest vision I have for keysNvoice is to contribute. Like I said in the beginning, there are so many singers out here, but lesser platforms for them to perform or sing at. So we want keysNvoice to be a place where we can contribute to that. For those people who never get the chance, at least they can now, at least keysNvoice is here for them. So keysNvoice wants to be a contribution to that particular problem. And at this point, I'd want to say thank you for sticking around and just watching this video and getting to know what keysNvoice is about. Yeah, this is my first time doing this. It's really it's not something I have done before, but I hope you've learned something. I've answered some questions, and of course with time I'm sure I'm going to get better at doing videos like this, and we're going to have more fun. Please, if you want to contribute to the vision, it's not easy to do what I do, and whatever I do really requires a lot of resources. And if it's in your heart to like contribute to something, a cause that is worthy, this is a worthy cause. I'd want to say that. If it's in your heart to be a blessing to us, there's a till number. There's a till number on your screen. You can support us in any way that you can, and I'm sure God will really bless you, Maze, even as you contribute to something that is contributing to the community of nurturing gifts. For that person who is willing to join keysNvoice, I mean, there's a number on your screen. I prefer you text me on WhatsApp, and then we can have the conversation from there. Yeah, so at this point, thank you so much guys for staying with me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't miss any episode of keysNvoice that we put out there for you to enjoy. Peace.